Welcome back. Before the first Gulf War, mothers were given the choice to carry out service obligations or honorably leave the military. But now women are expected to deploy. The Deseret News National Edition examined the different issues women face as they try to balance their personal and family lives with wartime experience. Here's one mother's story.
At this stage, I just want to be a mom. I love it. I love having kids, and I love being a stay-at-home mom. I always knew I was going to join the military because my dad was in the military and he was a ranger, and he always put the American soldier on a pedestal, and I wanted to be there too. And so it was really hard to get that call saying it's time to go. It was hard for me to call more often because it hurt more. And he would say, "Mommy, just get in your car. Just get in your car and come home." I remember getting this picture from you, and it looked like I was in jail. There wasn't a lot of us that were moms. I think there was 3 of us that were moms. I don't know what happened to me. I felt like he was better off without me.
I miss you so much, and I can't wait to get another letter from you.
The second time, some people just were like, "Why would you do that? You know, why would you do that?" And then there's the military people that do understand.
I remember some nights I just stare out into the stars and wish that she'd be home.
You're out there, you're doing the right thing, you're fighting for the right cause, and it's exciting. And then somebody gets hurt, and then everything changes. In my mind, I visualized the sound wave coming towards us. And then the sound wave hits you, and then you're seeing the second gun, and you're hearing the second gun calling, saying, "Hey, gun one's hit, gun one's down, it's on fire," and there's no response from them. There's so many times where I would say, you know, throughout the years where you think back, well, what if I had done this? Maybe he would have lived. You know, maybe if I had checked that, he would have lived. What if I put the tourniquet on before we took him out? Maybe that would have saved enough blood that he would have been okay. So I know I saved lives, but you think about the ones that you lose. I learned how strong I really was. I learned my potential. And then it was hard to try and think, you know, well, should I stay in the military? Like, what if this has to happen again? What if I leave him again?
I never want to be in the military because I never want to have my kids suffer the loss that I've had to go through.
He had to be tough. Like, don't cry, you know? You can't cry, and you know, things like that. Or, this kid pushed me in school. Well, did you push him back? It's taken years for him to see that it was wrong. And for me to be able to say, "I taught you wrong, and I'm sorry." In the military, you think, "Oh, you're going to counseling? Oh, you're so weak. You're such a wimp," you know? But I realized as a mother, for me, it was stronger.
She gave up a lot for her country, and that she could have died.
To the Army, I'm one person, I'm just a number. But to my kid, I'm everything.
Today, more than 40% of women in the military have children, and at least 30,000 single moms have deployed over the past 10 years of wartime operations. Kim Olson's a retired colonel from the Air Force and president of Grace After Fire, a nonprofit group that serves women's veterans, joining us via Skype. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning to you, and thanks for giving vets a voice.
You bet. Let's talk about these unique challenges that moms face when they return home from war.
Well, just like that tape previously shown beautifully articulates, that women are expected to roll back in and become mothers and wives and contributors to their community and become employees.
And what support is available for them, and do they need more support?
I don't know if they need more support. Just like their male counterparts, they need some support. And those legacy systems that were created to take care of vets were slow on the uptake when it comes to taking care of women veterans.
I think us guys maybe have an easier time of separating our emotions when we're on an assignment. But as we saw in that setup piece, and as we know from moms never get to stop thinking about all the things that are going on, and it seems like that makes it a much more significant challenge for them.
Well, I think it makes it a challenge because, like I alluded to earlier, when a mom comes back from a deployment, she's expected to pick up all the roles that make her a woman. When a guy comes back, he gets space. I mean, he tends to go to his man cave, or we give him time for dad or the man in the family to kind of reincorporate into the family. And so for a woman, I think it's really quite challenging.
As someone who gets home and looks at this Grace After Fire nonprofit, what kind of assistance can your operation give them?
Well, if they need assistance, they can go to graceafterfire.org. We have tons of resources. We have a Grace blog in the background where she can talk to other female veterans about what their issues are. I mean, that's the most important thing, is to make sure that no female vet finds herself isolated, because there's lots of folks out there working hard to reintegrate our veterans back into their communities.
We are in a much different world than our parents and their parents. How vital are women in the military?
Well, any smart general will tell you they're absolutely critical to the key to the military. Women actually make the military a better place. We raise the standards of behavior. We are an integral part of all the units now. And so women in the military are here to stay. And you want women sitting around war room tables, just like you want women sitting around boardroom tables, because those war room tables make the tough decision to send America's sons and daughters into harm's way, which, of course, what Memorial Day is really all about. And you want the female perspective there.
And do you believe the military needs more women?
I absolutely believe the military needs more women.
Kim Olson, retired colonel with the Air Force, her group Grace After Fire. Thank you very much for being with us, and we hope you have a great weekend.
You too. Happy Memorial Day.
Thank you. You can read more about women in the military and moms in war in the family section of national.deseretnews.com. Next, Bishop John Wester discusses faith and baseball and how both have helped shape his life. This is Deseret News National Edition.